Hey y'all, it's me, Kevvie. So I was recently watching Kazan over at Always Doing, and she discussed this poetry collection called There Are Trans People Here by H. Melt. This collection was made for me. It's written by a trans person living here in Chicago, and the title even comes from a flag on display at the Leather Archives and Museum. So as soon as I heard about this book, I needed to pick it up immediately. Y'all, this book is so good. I really loved the way this collection focuses on trans joy. We need more of that. And real quick, I just wanted to share with y'all a few of my favorite poems from this collection. On Trans Street. On Trans Street, everyone knows your chosen name. On Trans Street, there are bungalows, courtyard buildings, and rent control. On Trans Street, there are bike lanes, abundant wheelchair ramps, and prompt snow removal. On Trans Street, there's free STI and HIV testing. Doctors prescribe hormones and perform abortions without a fight. On Trans Street, there is a school where trans history is taught by trans teachers. On Trans Street, there is a mural of Miss Major at Stonewall. On Trans Street, Juliana Huxtable is the resident DJ. On Trans Street, no TERFs are allowed. On Trans Street, no catcalling is allowed. On Trans Street, there are no prisons, no checkpoints, no police stations, no military bases, no detention centers. On Trans Street, the cemetery is always full of visitors. On Trans Street, we are never alone. Trans Museum. At the Trans Museum, admission is free for trans people. Trans students rush off the bus, excited for their first visit. Every artist on the wall is trans. Every curator and employee is trans. The bathrooms are blessed with good lighting and ample period products. The cafeteria is full of foods high in phytoestrogens. The gift shop sells binders, chokers, flags, and gaffs. The auditorium hosts packed readings with trans poets from around the globe. The archive is open to the public, ensuring we will never disappear. Trans Day of Revenge. On Trans Day of Revenge, cis people will come out as cis, use the wrong restroom, be called by the wrong name, lose a job for being cis, be the only cis in the family, fail to pass as cis, never feel cis enough. On Trans Day of Revenge, all books about cis people will disappear. Cis characters will be played by trans actors, and the news will only talk about trans people. The train will be crowded with trans workers. On Trans Day of Revenge, playgrounds will be full of trans children laughing, learning, and loving. Isn't that the best revenge? I don't want a trans president. I want trans doctors performing my surgery, trans journalists reporting the news, trans historians writing textbooks. I don't want trans capitalists walking on Wall Street or trans cops patrolling my neighborhood. I want trans musicians playing on my stereo, trans designers crafting my clothes, trans chefs filling my stomach, trans farmers planting my food, and trans gardeners picking flowers for my funeral. Oh, wow. These are just so good and really envision a bright, beautiful future for trans people. If you like these, pick up a copy of There Are Trans People Here by H. Melt. Which of these poems was your favorite? Do you have any recommendations for trans poetry? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if it pleases and sparkles, I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!